Norco on Highway 20, look off to your left. 35 miles west of Idaho Falls on Little East Butte is Channel 8's most important feature, our transmitter. The TVA transmitter rises 1,800 feet above the desert floor and sends our signal north to parts of Montana, south to Malad, east to western Wyoming, and west to Chalice. Because of Idaho's mountainous terrain, we also have 24 TVA translators. They're located on mountaintops in places like Jackson, Leadore, Lava, and Salmon, and fill in the valleys where the mountain ranges break up our signal.
Didn't do it here, and Theo told us not to clean it up.
For 26 years, Channel 8 has been an NBC affiliate. That means we have a contract with NBC to run their programs and national commercials. A lot of viewers ask us how we actually receive our programs, like The Cosby Show.
I think a lot of viewers believe that we get some kind of tapes in here in which we play back the network shows, which is not the case. They come to us directly on a special satellite feed.
Many viewers also wonder how much influence TV8 has with the network when one of their favorite programs is canceled or preempted.
Well, since it's network, we have very little control. If we were maybe a station in New York City or Los Angeles, we might exercise a little more control because our viewers would comprise maybe 10% of the population in the United States, and they'll listen to that. Out here, we're less than 1/10 of 1%.
Channel 8 does have a lot more control over what are called syndicated programs. Shows such as Three's Company, MASH, and The Phil Donahue Show. Channel 8 buys these programs, and then we run them during the 4 or 5 hours in the day that the network doesn't fill.
Let's say that Donahue is fed to us out of New York City, so it goes up to, I think in this case, Telstar 301, and Telstar's parked out in space. It goes up and it comes back down here and everywhere in the United States.
We use our satellite dishes not only to bring you network and syndicated programs, we also use them for special broadcasts. The satellite made it possible for us to bring you last year's Ricks College Championship football game live from Coffeyville, Kansas. KIFI TV8. There's more to us than meets the eye. We're 50 people strong, all working together to bring Channel 8 into your living room and make it worth watching. Julie Biggers heads up what we call the traffic department.
We provide the operations department with a station log, and the log is all of the programming, commercials, promos, and PSAs, and it's sometimes called the station Bible.
And here's the boss, Jerry Brady. He's always coming up with great new ideas for the station. And this is our accounting department. The folks here keep us in the black, and it's the station's most popular department on payday. These are our NBC chimes in the sales office. Everyone here at Channel 8 perks up when we hear them ring because we know it means our account executives have made another sale. And after all, it's sales that pay our bills.
Play it again, Sam.
If it wasn't commercials, we would not have this free TV.
Once sales gets an account, our production department takes over. They actually build the commercials right here at the station, using a variety of machines to add special effects and give the commercials a big city look. But Channel 8 is concerned with more than just selling commercials. We have a commitment to the community.
And we express that commitment through various projects. Many of them are expressed through the production of PSAs for nonprofit organizations which serve the community.
Idaho Video is Channel 8's newest addition. It's a full-blown production house. Idaho Video makes sales and training tapes for area businesses.
Very excited about it. I really think it's something the businesses in this area need, and we're going to provide a tremendous service for people as soon as they find out about it.
Good morning, State Police Fisher. How are you this morning? Good. This is Paul Ward from Channel 8.
50 miles south of Idaho Falls is our Pocatello Bureau. Located at the Center 151 building, the Gate City Bureau has its own sales staff, production department, receptionist, and 4-person news staff. The unsung heroes at Channel 8 really are our engineers who tinker and tweak with wires and machines all day in an endless effort to make Channel 8 look its very best.
Stand by.
And we can't forget the guys and gals in the back, the control room, the heartbeat of Channel 8. They push the buttons, flip the switches, and control the computers that keep us on the air.
You're watching KIFI TV 8 with Idaho.
When you watch Newsbeat 8 at 6 and 10 o'clock, you're seeing just part of the whole Newsbeat 8 picture. Good evening. Welcome to Newsbeat 8. The half-hour newscast is the product of a full day's worth of work by a team of 24 news and production people.
A lot of people think that because the anchor people are the presenters of the news, that they do everything, which is not necessarily so.
Ah, the secret's out. Jay and I don't do everything. Here in the studio, for instance, we have lots of help. 2 camera people and a floor director make sure our camera shots are just right. And they let us know what camera we're on and when. And I must admit, too, that we don't memorize our scripts. They're typed on teleprompter copy, which is projected through mirrors across the camera lens. And another confession, Jay and I don't write all the news we read. The news stories begin early in the morning with a staff of reporters in the Newsbeat 8 newsroom.
They can't do it until they get sick.
Hold it to about 30 seconds.
Hi, can I talk to the sheriff, please?
Reporters make beat calls,
Okay, and anything to report?
discuss story ideas, and go out in all directions up and down the valley to gather the news. We end up back in the newsroom where we write the stories, then edit the video shot earlier in the day to match the words we've written. Our goal is to present you with an interesting, fair, and accurate story.
Business is already picking up here.
This is one of Channel 8's 5 satellite dishes. With these satellite dishes, we can receive news feeds from just about anywhere in the country, like we did when Jay was in Washington, D.C. Now, high above the Channel 8 studios are 2 microwave dishes. Instead of receiving signals from space like the satellite dish does, the microwave sends and receives signals from the Earth. The microwave dish is one of the most important parts of the Newsbeat 8 newsroom.
It gives us a link with Boise and with Salt Lake City and with the uplinks for satellite communications.
The microwave is TV8's bridge between Idaho Falls and Pocatello. Our Pocatello news crew sends their stories through the microwave link, and we record their video and air it from Idaho Falls. Next on Newsbeat 8. Ready or not, at 6 and 10, it's showtime. Now the anchors and production crew bring the news home. The director, audio person, tape loader, and graphics operator are all behind the scenes during the newscast in the control room. So next time you watch the news, remember the people you don't see, because Newsbeat 8 really is news teammate. For business or for pleasure, all of us in Idaho are at times concerned about our weather. Channel 8's key to your weather is Dave Miller. Though Dave may wish he had a crystal ball sometimes, he uses tools to predict our weather based on science, not magic. And it takes a lot of preparation to present a 4.5-minute weather forecast.
It takes about 3 hours or 4 hours to put one of those 4.5-minute things together. So there's a lot of preparation and there's a lot of analysis that a lot of people don't realize.
Dave's weather computer is connected to one of our satellite dishes, which is tuned into a weather satellite in space. It sends the radar and satellite maps that you see Dave use every night.
When we talk about a storm moving this way, we can show you the storm actually moving towards us, which I think is, one picture can say 1,000 words. And
when people come visit Channel 8, I think what impresses them the most is to watch Dave Miller present the weather. Now, this is called a chroma key board, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. When you watch Dave do the weather at home, he's pointing to temperatures, but here in the studio, he's pointing at thin air. Let me show you what I mean.
And scattering of showers with some thunder showers possible, otherwise variable cloudiness, and temperature highs only in the 60s.
Dave is standing in front of a green board. The camera is colorblind to the green. The director in the control room electronically superimposes the temperatures and weather data over the green. And since the camera can't see the green, at home you see the temperatures and weather maps. Just imagine if Dave wore green. He'd be one big temperature and a floating head with no body.
Tired tour came to an end today, Jackson.
A sportscast also takes a lot of advanced work. Dave Meeks in Idaho Falls and John Bear in Pocatello work together to cover the regional sports scene. They write and edit and often do all the camera work for their stories. And sometimes the job doesn't go quite as smoothly as you might expect.
To give you an example, I was shooting a story today where I had to follow this police officer as he got out of his car. Well, as he got out, my microphone cable wrapped around my leg and just about knocked about $30,000 worth of equipment to the ground.
And sometimes it takes us more than once to get it right.
Idaho State would still have to be considered the favorite in the Big Sky Conference. But Jerry Quiller's boys there's there girls on this team?
Been a fun place to work. A lot of it hasn't really been work. It's been more fun than anything else.
I like the rural community. I like having a lot of different kinds of stories to do, you know, agriculture and education, as well as high-tech kinds of things that we get with INEO.
I like Channel 8 because it's not like any other business. It's a service to the people of Idaho, and we have a lot of ways that we can be helpful to our community, and that's really why I'm here.
The thing I like about Channel 8 is that we work together well as a team, and that it's a joy to come in here and present the news every day.
Well, I think the neatest thing is that every day there's somebody new I meet, or I do something new every day, so it's different each day I walk in the door.
I think what I like most about Channel 8 is the opportunity to be as creative as I want to be and to bring our viewers some good news, and there's a lot of it here.
I've lived in Idaho all of my life. I enjoy the people, quite frankly. They're very friendly. It makes my job a lot easier as far as news coverage is concerned, because we're dealing with those people.
I like working at Channel 8 because of the opportunity it has to work with a lot of people in this business sector here throughout eastern Idaho. They're great people to do business with.
The thing that I like most about Channel 8 is the people that I work with. Everyone that works here is full of enthusiasm, and we all get along very, very well. We just enjoy each other.